Hello, good evening and welcome. It's the Sunday the 23rd of July. There's just three currencies that I'd like to have a look at because I'll be looking at the crosses. The first one to start with is the Australian dollar. Now this is the commitment of traders from Friday, and it shows we had a marked bearish position taken by the commercials. So we're extremely bearish the Australian dollar, whereas the speculators are extremely bullish. This gives us a really high divergence between the two. So this is as bullish as the speculators have been for about 18 months, and this is as bearish as the commercials have been for at least 18 months. So that is a really high divergence on that currency. The other one I'd like to have a look at is the Japanese yen. The Japanese yen, the commercials are the other way around. They are extremely bullish of the Japanese yen. And the speculators, giving us high divergence again, are extremely bearish. So we've got really good positions to take looking at the Australian dollar against the yen, and also we have the same position with the New Zealand dollar. They have got a really extreme position for the commercials short the New Zealand dollar, and the speculators are right the other way around. They are extremely bullish. Again, a really high divergence. This really doesn't happen all that often. These are really good charts to be looking at. And we'll go over first and have a look at the Australian dollar. So the Australian dollar against the US dollar has a short ratio. That is a short on the commercials, a ratio between the longs and shorts. So that gives you a short ratio of 6.6 to 1. We've already seen a little bit of downside on Friday on this pair, but it's got a lot further to fall, in my opinion. The other one we want to have a look at is the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. There's a short between the candles chart. There is a divergence between the candle chart and the RSI, where the RSI has made a lower low, but the candles have made a higher high. This is called a divergence, and it also means that we are looking for this to go down. The short ratio on this pair is 7.3 to 1. So that's the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. We're 7.3 to 1 short, and we've been making higher highs. It's just broken through the trend line here, so I'm expecting this to fall back down. It's already gone through fairly good support, and we're above the 69.1 on the RSI, but I do expect that to fall back down. The other one we're going to have a look at is the USD JPY. This has had a fall the last 2 trading weeks. It has a short ratio of 4.6 to 1. So that is actually long the Japanese yen, short the USD Japanese yen, the pair. We had 13,000 longs added for the yen, and we're coming back down strongly. We're just at the bottom Bollinger Band there. We're below the 50 on the RSI, and we're heading down. Now if we look at the pairs are the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen. Now this is up at resistance at the moment, and there is even a stiffer resistance above it. The divergence short between the two, so that is the long on the Japanese yen and the short on the New Zealand dollar. If you add those two together using the US dollar as a fixed point, it gives you a divergence of 11.9 to 1 short. So this really has a strong short, and as you saw from the charts, there was a good divergence between the speculators and the commercials on all three pairs. So that also on this you had a divergent sentiment on the RSI. So we are looking for these to short, and the other one is the AUD Japanese yen. We already had a nice red candle here on this on Friday. It hasn't quite broken my trend line. We've come down, we had divergence on the pair there. We broke back through it and we came down on Friday. There's a long way for this to fall, and I think this will be a really good short position to take. It's 11.2 to 1 divergence on the two pairs. So those are the two I'm looking at. I think they're a great trade, and these have all been pointed out to us by the Commitment of Traders report. So we'll be watching those next week, and we'll see where they go. But thank you all for watching. Much appreciated. See you again on